Hi everyone. We'll go ahead and get started in just a minute. Just waiting for some people who are still joining. All right, we'll go ahead and kick things off. Hi everyone, and welcome to our August Client Success Sessions. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Paige Stanley, the brand ambassador here at ClickBid, and I'll be moderating today's session. This month, we're going to go deep on one area that comes up a lot is funded need and displays. We're going to walk through all the different display tools that ClickBid offers, from the countdown clock, leaderboards, appeal displays, so you know exactly what's available and how to put it to work at your next event. Whether you're already using these tools or just hearing about them today, this session is designed to make sure you leave with a clear picture of how to set them up and use them in your next events. As we go, feel free to drop questions into the chat at any time. Kira, one of our account managers, is here with us today and will be helping answer some of the questions throughout the session. A quick look at what we're going to cover today. We'll go and do a quick intro, go over a few product updates, then spend most of our time walking through all of ClickBid's display tools with Jasmine. Then we'll wrap up with some time for questions at the end. I'm joined here today by Jasmine Deering. Who will be leading today's session. Jasmine is one of our account managers and works closely with our clients day to day. So she has a great perspective on how these displays, tools can help make a difference at your event. And again, Kira's in the chat helping answer questions as they come in. Before we jump into today's training, I wanted to take a moment to share what's coming next with our product roadmap so you have a sense of what to look forward to. First up is our ticket page revamp with a target launch date of August 31st. This is going to bring a more mobile-friendly, enhanced navigation and checkout experience, improved guest management, more customization, automatic ticket page closing, along with drag and drop questions, reordering, and easy duplication of tickets and sponsorships. So we're pretty excited about that. Also, with the target date of August 31st, we have a new CRM integration with Donor Perfect. This gives you a direct sync between ClickBid and Donor Perfect, importing donors, exporting bidders and gifts, and auto syncing a schedule with no manual data entry required. A little further out, that's still in early planning, a landing page gallery built right into the landing page designer for you to be able to pick from some templates, a new AI-driven post-event report, and some mass messaging upgrades. We will share more on those as we get closer. A lot of what we build is shaped around your feedback, so we always appreciate hearing your ideas and suggestions with us. All right, so we'll get into the main point of today's session. Jasmine's going to walk us through ClickBid's display tools, everything from the countdown clock, leaderboard, appeal display, and Butler. There's lots of great stuff in here, so we'll move through each one to give you a solid view on what it does and how it can work for your organization. Here's a quick look at everything we're going to be walking through today. Jasmine is going to be covering, again, the countdown clock, leaderboard, live auction display cards, funded need and donation item, as long as entering those donations in through the Butler. All right, I am going to hand things off to Jasmine here and let you guys get started.
Thanks, Paige. Hi, guys. I am Jasmine with the ClickBid account management team, and I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen here. Let's see. We are going to walk through the countdown clock, leaderboard, display cards, donation items, and then I'm going to finish up in the Butler so you can see how donations can be entered and how the appeal display updates in real time during your event. Let's start by going over to Event Central, Countdown Display. This is a great display to have up during your event when you want guests to know exactly how much time is left before your auction closes. One of the first things you can customize here is the wording for your header text. By default, you are going to see time remaining. So if you want something a little bit more specific, you have the flexibility to change that. One important thing to note with this countdown clock is it is based off of the item with the latest closing time that's loaded under Items, Manage Items. So if it does need to be changed slightly, just make sure your closing times are correct on that Manage Items page. You are also able to show or hide sponsor logos on this display. Those do get auto-populated based off of what is here under your software settings, sponsors area. Oh, let's get back over there. You are also able to choose between a few different background elements. So I'm going to choose a custom background, and you see that I have an image uploaded. This does have to be either PNG or JPEG format, just like everything else in the system. And once you're ready with your settings, go ahead and launch your countdown. You do see that title header up at the top. You see your event name and then a countdown to your closing, as well as those sponsor logos down at the bottom. With that image sizing as well, you do have your recommended sizing over here in the upper right. And then we do have a countdown clock that is similar to this. It's not quite as big of a display, but on your bidding site, it will show in the upper right-hand corner for bidders to see when your items are closing. That is something that you can set up here under your software settings, auction settings, countdown clock. So a few different options there as well. Now let's go over to Event Central Leaderboard. The leaderboard is another really useful display because you can customize it depending on what you want your guests to see. Under your looping filter, you have quite a few options. So for example, if I want to show all of my different silent auction items, maybe I want to choose this guy right here. And then my looping time is really going to depend on how often I want my page to refresh. So if I want to use like 20 seconds, I can choose how many items I want shown in a list at a time. So let's just do 10. And you'll see your different colors and your settings change a little bit depending on what you're choosing. For your winner name, you can show the actual bidder name in the system, or you can do a hidden name. The hidden name is going to still populate like a truncated version, just to show that somebody did place a bid on an item. You are also able to show your auction total of funds raised based off of these different things. And then for your sort order, you can sort by your amount. So it's going to be your items with the highest bids and shows what the current bid amount is at, or you can sort by item number. Once you're all set with your settings, you can go ahead and launch the leaderboard. And it is showing, I just have one item right here right now, but let me change this right here. Redo that. You'll see all of my different items loaded, starting with the highest bid volume items, and it works its way down from there. You do see the event name up here, and then your sponsored logos, as well as the event time with your time zone set. And this is just the refresh to update anything that might have been bid on. You are able to display this on your landing page as well by choosing the correct content block under your landing page builder settings. You are also able to use the leaderboard for your live auction items in a slideshow format. So for looping filter, I'm just going to choose all live items. I'm going to change my looping time to manual keys just so I can control when I'm ready to move on to the next item. The number of items, you're going to want to select one. You'll see some more settings appear with this, so you can show or hide these few different things. And then go ahead and launch that leaderboard again. So based off of my settings, all of this information populates. And then once I'm ready to go to the next item, simply click that arrow to go to the next guy. Next up, let me take you over to items, display cards. We do have 3 different options of display cards that you can choose from. You can get an idea for the different looks over here on the right-hand side, and then select whatever you like best from the drop-down. You can show a few different things or hide a few different things based off of what you have set here. One thing that I like to point out is the QR code. This will appear in the upper right-hand corner of the display card, and guests will be able to scan that QR code and be brought directly to that item to place a bid. The thing to remember with that, though, is they will already need to be signed in for a smooth process. And it can be really convenient for anyone that is walking around and wants to just bid on a specific item without having to look through your whole list of items. You can choose to print all of your display cards by just leaving all selected here, or if you want to only print a few at a time, just enter in their item numbers and separate with a comma to just do a couple. You can also adjust your font as well as the custom footer content that will appear at the bottom of the display cards. And once you're all set, let's go ahead and click on Make Displays. It does open up in a new tab, and it allows you to make a few changes if needed. The few areas that it does allow you to edit is going to be the item name, the donation area, who donated it, and then the item's description if you want to have it different from what's online for any reason. Something important to know is when you do make edits on this area, it doesn't affect your item description or language that's uploaded under your Manage Items page. And you do want to save it as a PDF if you're not quite ready to print it out. Now we can move on to our appeal display. So let's go over to Items, Manage Items. From here, you are able to add a donation item by clicking on this blue button. I do already have one created, so I'm going to click here. And when you're creating that item, just make sure you select donation as your item type. It will allow you to set set levels or denominations. If you need to add any additional ones, you can always click on this blue button and it populates another field for you. If you need to remove anything, simply click on the X to remove it. Under your display settings, we do have a few options you can choose from. You can customize the theme as well as different elements to get the look you're looking for. You will always want to enter in the item goal, even if you choose not to display that to your guests. It just allows the thermometer to know what the target amount you're working towards and how much to move every time a donation comes in. You also have a buffer option over to the right. It gives you a little bit control over how information is displayed on your thermometer. So say if you receive a $1,000 offline donation and you want your thermometer to start at that amount, this is a great field to use. Scrolling down, you can do a background image for your themes, as well as a custom thermometer image. These do both have to be PNG or JPEG format as well. Once you have all of your settings in place, go ahead and click on this link here to open up in a new tab. That link can also be shared with an AV team if you have somebody running displays at the event from a different area. With that custom image thermometer theme, I have that image kind of grayed out or transparent, and as donations come in, it will slowly fill up. You are also able to embed this appeal display on your landing page as well by selecting the appeal display content block. I am going to take you guys over now to Event Central Butler. This is where your staff or volunteers can actually enter in donations pledged during your event. You can select your donation item from the drop-down here. Keep in mind that if you do have multiple donation items, they are all going to show in that drop-down. So just make sure you're choosing that correct donation item. I see all of my different denomination levels in this area. And if somebody ever tries to donate a custom amount during the live ask, you can create a custom amount on the fly down here by entering in the amount and then the bidder paddle number. And click save. The bidder paddle numbers should match the bidder number that's in the system, just to make it really easy for data entry. And then up here at the top, say bidder 1000 or paddle 1000 is raised during your live ask. Add that in here and then press space, star, enter, or save. This will add it to the bidder's profile to pay for later. It does also adjust your total raised over here on the right-hand side and updates your appeal display. So you see that image has filled up quite a bit more based off of what my goal was set as. Back in the Butler, if you ever type in a number that was maybe incorrect, you can always delete it by clicking on the trash can here. It will also remove it from your total raised, that appeal display, and from the bidder's profile. Over here on the right-hand side, we do have a placeholder option as well. It is going to show as placeholder, and then on your display, it's going to show as anonymous if you are showing donor names. This kind of just lets you know that maybe once the live ask is completed, you can go back in and delete that and then add in the bidder number that you missed. That is about everything I have for you guys today. Hopefully that gives you a little bit better of an idea of our different displays and how they can work in the system for you guys. I think we can go ahead and open up for questions now if we have any.
Yeah, there was just one question in here asking what the sort order box is for under the fund a need donation settings.
Yeah, for sure. So sort order is, say if you like added in, maybe I want to ask for like a $10,000 level 2. The sort order would allow me to show that $10,000 up at the top, say if I entered in like sort order 1, without having to completely delete and restart. So let me show you on this Butler page. So instead of that 10,000 showing at the very bottom here, it now shows at the top.
All right, I think that was the only question for now.
Great.
Yeah. Wait just a minute here, or else we can. Looks like another one came in.
Yeah, here's another one. Can we go over the placeholder bid again and exactly what that means?
Yeah. So placeholder is really good. Some people will use this maybe if they have spotters around the room with like pen and paper recording manually. And maybe they want to show their appeal display, but they're not quite sure if they want to add in the donations right away. You can use placeholder every single time just to say, hey, we received this amount. You don't have to show donor names. And really, it's just like for the excitement of the crowd to show, hey, my thermometer is moving up. We're getting really close to our goal. But then you guys are going back in afterwards and just adding the correct donations to the correct bidders that donated after. So it really is just like, hey, we did get this donation, but I'm not actually recording who it is right now.
Awesome, thank you. And then there was one more. When you display the thermometer, are you able to make it full screen?
Yes, I believe it's just by pressing the F11 key. Let's see if we can try that. I don't know if it's going to let me while we're on the call, but you are able to make it full screen.
All right.
Awesome. Those were definitely some good questions. just wait just a real quick here and oh, there we go.
Is it possible to edit the live auction item display, like make the picture bigger or change the font?
Um, like when we're showing on the leaderboard,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it, so it's just going to be based off of whatever's entered under items, manage items. So if you want to play with that a little bit, then it should change over to what you're displaying on your leaderboard.
All right. Can you embed the thermometer into a PowerPoint?
That is a great question. I feel like we can just use the link, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think that's correct. You can hyperlink the link to the display and then just open it up. But I don't think
Yeah,
it can be embedded directly into the PowerPoint.
thanks, Kira.
Yeah, I'd say probably the only way would be like with a widget or some kind of, yeah. So, but definitely just the link it would be. Oh, awesome. It looks like, yeah. Oh, someone did it with their, in their PowerPoint before and they clicked the link.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Is that also true of the auction countdown? It can't be embedded directly into a PowerPoint.
That's correct. Yep.
And you can project the appeal display on a big screen.
Yep, for sure.
Alrighty, well, if there's no more questions, we can give you guys some time back in your day, but we really appreciate you guys being here with us. You'll receive a email with the recording from today's session so you can revisit everything we covered and share with your team. There's also going to be an email that will include, in that email, it's going to include a short survey at the bottom. Oh, awesome. Looks like we do have a question though that we can answer.
All right, on printing off of the display cards, is there a way to print a range of them? So if you had 400 items and only wanted to print 50 of them, are you able to choose a range rather than just picking all or an individual number?
Let's see. That's a really great question. I don't know that I have the answer for you. So 1 second. Display cards. It looks like, yes, we can.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
guess we should
just
add
use
that.
the little dash key.
We should add that, definitely add that to the language below.
Yeah.
That was a great question.
That was a great question.
Glad to hear it.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys have any more questions that you haven't thought of, definitely feel free to reach out to your account manager and or the chat to get some answers. So again, we appreciate you guys being here and hope you guys have a great day.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.